another edition of the Journey with James podcast. I know it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been up here to be able to talk about my journey, but I am so glad to be back. I know usually every year when my birthday comes around, which was March the 15th, I usually start a whole new season of the Journey with James podcast, but it's been so many different things going on the last few weeks that I'm just now getting to it. I will say this. I was actually sick on my birthday. Can you believe it? On my birthday, the very day my birthday came, I got sick, and I just cannot believe it. I got so sick that I was out of work for about a week. So I just started celebrating my birthday last weekend, and I'm going to celebrate the rest of this month as well. But I want to get up here and just talk about my life a little bit. That's what the whole journey is about. The Journey with James is about being transparent, telling you my stories in hopes that it will help you in your walk with life. Why not encourage? Why not motivate? Why not inspire one another? And this one has been a really real tough one for me to kind of open up with. Now, the whole premise of Journey with James started years upon years ago when I just wanted to be transparent about my journey in life, both the good and the bad. But it seems like as I'm getting older, it feels like I don't know what it is about me being vulnerable. I'm pretty skilled at being vulnerable with others, because vulnerability, it could be something, it could be darting to deal with being vulnerable with someone. But it's so important that we allow ourselves to be vulnerable at the same time. And so, excuse me, but this particular time, it's been a little hard for me to be a little bit vulnerable with you guys because I don't know. It's just, I don't know what it is, but that tells me that I need to push myself more to be vulnerable with you guys, because I think it's going to help. And it's going to actually be a really good season of the Journey with James, because I'm going to be a little bit more open about my life, because I'm getting somewhere. I'm telling you, this journey has been something. Some of you have been through the good and the bad with me, but I'm so encouraged. This particular time, not transparent moment of this podcast, my feelings were hurt. Someone hurt my feelings. That's just a plain and simple statement there. I can't sugarcoat it. I can't deny it. I can't act like it never happened. I can't act like my feelings weren't affected. It's just what it is. And being vulnerable enough to say that, it took me a lot to say that to the ones that are watching or listening to this podcast right now. Hey, my feelings were hurt. I'm sure everybody has dealt with someone or something that hurt your feelings. To the point of like, oh my God, I can't believe you're still like in disbelief or whatever. Well, someone hurt my feelings, someone that I really care about. I thought things were going on a good pace and things were progressing, and I thought more investment would be with each other and different things like that. But it kind of vanished. Like, I don't know what's going on. I reach out and I don't hear back. And so I had to deal with the reality of, hey, they must not want to be bothered, or they could be having something going on. It could be so many different variables. But I think the worst thing about the whole situation is when you're left really not knowing. I think that's worse than communicating with somebody how you feel or whatnot, whether good or bad. But to not say anything, I think it's not cool at all. And so I've been dealing with that that's the latest that's happened to me, is getting my feelings hurt. When someone you care about hurt your feelings, oh my God. I'm really an understanding person. I'm really a person that looks at everything, Some people react to things different ways, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's you, but I try to be understanding of that, and I try to work around, maybe this person is this, maybe this person is that, and be understanding. But at the end of the day, you have to trust your feelings too. You have to include your feelings, because no matter what, if you hurt, your feelings is hurt, your feeling is hurt. And when you've been genuine, that you've been real, and that you don't, play games or anything like that, it hurts a little bit more. And so that's what I'm dealing with. And that's just the truth of the matter. Some people find joy in that. Who knows? Some people not. It doesn't matter. It's my story. And I'm just going to be honest about it, because I know that me telling my story, that someone else has dealt with that. Someone else is maybe dealing with that. It's not as bad as it was for me now. I'm dealing with the residue, I would say. But I did do some things to help me get through, and I'm going to talk about those takeaways in just a moment. But that's just one of the things that happened to me the last few months is not knowing. And that's just crazy, especially when you are investing and you thought that you were better than that. Like you would deserve at least that much of, communication or whatever. But that's no here or there. That's just the reality of life. And it's sad to say, but that's what life is. And it can be good. It can be bad, but we all got to take it and strive and deal with what we have to deal with. Because I'm going to tell you, because my feelings were hurt, it means that I didn't have some happy days. It means that I had to go through a process of hurt and rejection and being ignored. You have to go through those things. And that I've dealt with rejection as a child. So it makes it even that much harder. It doesn't make it impossible to get through, but it does make it harder. And the reason that it's not impossible for me to get through it is because I have been through therapy and I know how to process and deal with those things. And so that's just the reality of life. So if anybody out there has dealt with someone that you really care about that just kind of vanished, or, they hurt your feelings so bad and you feel like you can't even express that because they're not going to listen or they're not going to respond, then let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You're not alone in that, and that we all have been through that. I know in this world of millions and billions and billions of people, we have been through those things where we felt like just hurt. Can't believe it. I just can't believe this happened to me. Well, guess what? It happened to me and it can happen to you. But I want you guys to be encouraged and know that everything's going to be all right. You're going to get through this. Just like I'm getting through it, you're going to get through it as well. Also, before I give you my takeaways, something that will help you to get through, I want to share some good news. We know, most of you may know that my mom passed away in February of 2015. This is 2025. That marks 10 years that my mom has been gone from this world. And I always tell people this. I always say this. You never really get over the death, but you do learn to cope with it more and better, I should say. And so it still feels like yesterday. It's been a decade now, and it still feels like yesterday that my mom has passed away, has been gone away from this world. And so it seems like around this time in February, the time that I'm about to tell you about, it seems like I get a little sad. Sometimes I don't even realize I'm sad. And so this year I said, it's 10 years. I'm going to do something for me. And I know my mother would appreciate that. She would want me to do that. And so I decided to go to Chicago. So I took the weekend that I found out that she had passed away, the weekend that I saw her in 2015, the weekend that I saw her laying there lifeless. I took the weekend now in 2025, 10 years later, I took that weekend to get past some things, to feel good about myself, to go out there and enjoy life, and not feel so melancholy and sad. At least try not to. I decided to go to Chicago. For many reasons, I went to Chicago, and put a smile on my face to be able to go. But also one of the reasons I went was to meet my cousin. So some years ago, and I've shared this story before, I've gotten a 23andMe gift for Father's Day. And I think I took about a year before I decided to take the test. I think I took it in 2019. And when you take the test, it matches you with people who matches your DNA from around the world. Whoever takes the test, 23andMe, it puts you in the database, and it's like almost like a Facebook. They'll send you a message and say, this person is your cousin. They're possibly your third, fourth, or whatever cousin. And it will do all those things. And so I saw a lot of people, different people that I met. We kept in contact, some we haven't. But one particular person that stands out is I came across this picture when they said they were related. And it was funny because I had family around and friends, and they was like, before I even said, it's like, oh, yes, that is your cousin. That's definitely your cousin. He looks just like you. He favors the family, whatever. And so I decided to reach out. I reached out to this person. His name is Austin. And I found out about a month later, I got a message, something like that. I'm maybe paraphrasing the story a little bit, but I got a message on Facebook because I reached out to him on Facebook, and he got back with me and let me know that, he was maybe sorry for the delay because he had been overseas playing professional basketball. He's played that for years. And so that very moment, we just started connecting. We started talking. We started building, and we became not only family, but we became friends. He is my brother. And so we would talk almost every day, and we stayed connected all from 2019 until now. And in all that time, I have not met him yet, but it feels like I've met him because we are just that close. And so this was the time I said it would be a great time to go and meet them, because I know my mom was adopted and she would appreciate and love the fact that I met someone that's family. that I'm actually close with. So it was no brainer. Plus I went there for other reasons too. So it was like a no brainer. It was an exciting time for me. And so I decided to go. I met my cousin for the first time in Chicago, and it was a blessing. As you see here, the picture here, he does favor me. You can't deny it. Matter of fact, I can see it on the news. We get the same news or whatever. But the fact that I was able to meet him was a blessing for me, and it kept me on the up and up. I was a little sad that weekend, processing some things, and mainly, dealing with just thinking about my mom and wanting her around and thinking about how she would respond to certain things, how she would talk to when I had something to talk to her about, how she would encourage me. Like all those things came back up in that weekend. But at the same time, I made intentions to enjoy myself. And so I appreciate him for making my weekend memorable, and to others as well. And so with that said, that's pretty much what's been going on the last few months. I've been just growing and taking care of my boys and doing great in work and just so many different things that's been going on in my life. Okay, now for some takeaways, some things that will help you in the transparent moment that I shared with you. I talked about my sadness. I talked about the fact that my feelings were hurt. I'm telling you, my feelings were hurt, y'all. Okay. I mean, hurt, especially when you didn't expect that. It kind of pull you on the rug kind of thing. And it just abruptly stop talking to you. It's like, what in the world? I don't think I deserve that. At least I deserve the explanation. I think that's important. At least. But with that said, I realized that this is life, and I realized that I had to get through. And so some things that I had to concentrate on that helped me to get through. And mind you, I'm still working on me. I have not arrived, but I will say that these things and these measures have helped me. And even recalling some lessons in my past has helped me to realize the situation I'm in now and how to deal with it. And so the first thing I had to remind myself is that I could not allow anyone to tell me how to feel. For those who know my situation and know why my feelings are hurt, they haven't done that. They haven't said, don't feel that way. Oh, don't worry about it. You should get over it and all that kind of stuff. No, instead they have been encouragement to me. They have let me know that they're there for me. And it's very few. Let me just say that. But with that said, I was prepared to let anybody know, whoever had to say those kind of words to me that, you should get over it, it's nothing or whatever. I wanted to let them know that, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually feel what I need to feel. I'm not going to put it back in my subliminal. I'm not going to cover it up. I'm not going to not deal with it. Because if I don't deal with it, if I don't feel those emotions, if I don't go through those emotions, then I'm not going to grow. And in essence, I will just build it up, and then I might just explode, and it may be something negative. And so I was prepared to say, hey, I'm just hitting stuff here. I was prepared to say, hey, I need to go through this. And so one thing I had to realize is that I had to stop, because in my past, I was just trying to push in the back of my mind and try to be strong and all that kind of stuff. But hey, I had to say I'm strong enough to realize that I have these emotions. I'm strong enough to realize that I'm a human being. I'm strong enough to realize that as being a human being, I have emotions. And I'm strong enough to realize that I need to feel these emotions. I need to process and I need to talk to someone, my counselor, a trusted friend or somebody, just to get through these emotions and to process what I need to process. And so I did just that. I didn't allow anybody to tell me I shouldn't feel the way I should feel. Never let nobody tell you shouldn't feel a certain way. Oh, no. Of course, you don't want to go out there and express yourself in a negative and bad way or whatever. But at the same time, if you're feeling hurt, you're feeling hurt. Don't let nobody tell you that. If you're feeling sad, you're feeling sad. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not supposed to. In a way, that's a form of manipulation. And they may not even realize it is, but it is. And so you have to keep that in mind. The number two thing I had to realize is that although my feelings were hurt, I had to, in a way, extend grace in the fact that everybody has something they're going through. And knowing that everybody has something they're going through, I had to learn to really strive to take it in and say, I'm not going to take it personally. It's not a personal thing. And if it is a personal, nobody told me it was personal, so I can't assume. And so my thing is, everybody goes through things. Everybody has those things they have going through. And sometimes they deal with it differently. They can't take on certain situations, certain people, whatever. They can't do it. And so I'm striving to not take it personal. I think I've arrived. I still struggle with that a little bit, but we have to strive to understand that people are going to be people. And then sometimes it's not even them. It's not even you. It's them. And so they have to deal with what they have to deal with. They have to face what they have to face. And they have to come to terms with what they have to come to terms with. It's not for you to carry. It's not for you to hold on to. It's not for you to take it personal. And so I had to learn not to take it personal. I had to learn that, because at first in the human race, we pretty much try to take it personal, and you feel away, like, wait a minute, it just makes no sense. And it just doesn't add up. But with that said, when I took the time to say, you know what, I'm not going to take this personal. I don't think it happened overnight, but I said this, I'm not going to take this personal. I'm going to allow myself to feel okay and not feel like, okay, I'm just the worst person in the world, or what did I do and all that. No, I'm not going to take it personal. It's important that we don't do that. It's important that we strive to not take it personal, because what happens is, especially in this situation where you've kind of left in the unknown, you don't really know what's going on. You had talks, but you got through those talks, and so you're like, what is going on? What is the real reason? What is, why am I being ignored? Why am I being rejected? Knowing that I dealt with this growing up, and knowing that it's hard to deal with rejection. It's hard to deal with being ignored, especially when you are a sincere and good person, and then you don't deserve this. And so knowing all those things, I had to remind myself, I can't take it personal. I can't take it personal. And sometimes you gotta keep telling yourself, I can't take it personal. I can't take it personal. I can't take it personal. And last, I want you to understand this, and I had to understand this, that life simply goes on. Life waits for no one. Time goes super fast, and people are dying every day. Embrace the ones who want to be in your life. Embrace the ones who love and care for you. Embrace those people. The ones that don't want to be in your life for whatever reason, you can't change that. You can't do nothing about it. Life got to go on. You can't be on the soapbox, on the crying all the time and feeling woe is me, and limit your life and limit what God has for you. Because I'm going to tell you, there's going to be some awesome people you're going to meet in your life. It's going to happen. So don't limit yourself being bogged down with things that you can't change. You can't change people's behavior. You can't change people how they feel. You just can't do it. And so you have to understand that life goes on. And in order to get through life, go ahead and do what you need to do. If you have to go and read some books, I read books. I read about 1 to 2 books a month. Yes, I do. I love reading. It's enjoyable. I love to draw little graphics. I love to do TV production like I'm doing now. I love to produce. I'm a producer as a career. And so being able to create things is just, and write and all that kind of stuff is such great things. So I'm doing things that I love, continue to do things I love, and continuing to have time with the ones who love me, enjoying time out with them, and just enjoying life as a whole. Because guess what? Life goes on. Now, those things I told you doesn't change overnight, but these are things you should strive for. You should strive to really, really, really grow through these things and understand that our feelings are hurt and can get hurt, but we have to get through life in a way possible. I hope I was able to inspire, encourage, and motivate you on this edition of the Journey with James podcast. This is, I believe it's season 12. I should know, right? Episode 1. And I promise that I'm going to do more of these transparent moments, more of these Journey with James vlogs. And I hope that you will join me at least once a week. I will try to do that. And I hope that you enjoy me. And I hope that you've been blessed by this. Know that you should always remain encouraged no matter what. Encouragement is always important. You should be inspired, and you should always, always be motivated to be the best person that you can, the best version of yourself, I should say. Just be you. Don't change yourself for anybody. Don't change yourself because somebody hurt your feelings, somebody don't want to be in your life, somebody just cut you off, somebody ignored you, somebody reject you. Does not mean that you need to change yourself for anybody. Be yourself. Be authentically you. I cannot stress it enough. I told you back in my low self-esteem days, which was years upon years ago, I put on a mask so that I can be something that I wasn't, so I can fit in, so I can feel like I belong. But the minute I took that mask off and started being myself, the right people came around. I felt like, people were like, oh, you're a real cool guy. Yes, because I wasn't putting on that mask anymore. And I'm telling you, don't change because someone hurt your feelings and you want to be in their life or whatever. You may still care about it. I still care about this person. I care about them because I'm genuine and I was real. But at the same time, I cannot allow myself to, I can't allow myself to allow my feelings to continue to be hurt. I have to do the process to get through, and to get through, I have to take the steps I need to do. Okay, so I bless you guys. I hope that you are encouraged, like I said, motivated and inspired. And remember, try to find someone that you can talk to and speak life into, because we're in this life together. Why not help each other in this journey called life? Thank you for joining me for this edition of Journey with James, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care and God bless.